If you're in the market for a Mercedes-Maybach, you're probably not too concerned about how much money you spend on gas. But that doesn't mean it's not important. So today we're going to head out on the highway and figure out what sort of realistic fuel economy numbers you can expect from the 2021 Mercedes-Maybach GLS600. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. We've actually tested the AMG GLS63, and I don't think we tested the 580 Mercedes when we had it. I can't remember. But this one is packing the 4-liter V8 twin turbocharged motor, paired up to the classic Mercedes 9-speed transmission, all-wheel drive of course. It's the 4-seat Maybach configuration. This thing has been awesome to have around. If you do want to see more on it, check the links in the description. We're shooting a conventional sound system demo of the 27-speaker Burmester system, as well as a members-only sound system test, and Mr. Brower will have a DM test drive as well. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which gives this GLS600 19 miles per gallon, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are people who take their vehicles on long road trips and would like to know what sort of numbers they can expect in the real world. Not only that, but German cars often exceed their EPA estimates at higher speed tests, probably because they're kind of built to cruise on the Autobahn. So in order to test that out, we're going to head over to the gas station here, fill up, go out, do, in this car, only 25 miles out and 25 miles back. Typically we'd do 100 miles, but this one's going to be a little pricey on our pockets, so we want to try to minimize that. And we're going to come on back, fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. Few things to note for today. Outside temperature is 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Tire pressures have been set to their door placard tire pressures. And we're going to run the climate control at 73 degrees auto. Now, yes, this might use the compressor a little bit, might cost us a little bit in fuel economy, but that's how people travel in the real world, and without that, we would freeze. So it looks like the Kroger gas station is completely full up, and that's unfortunate because I want to stop using the Shell station because premium gas costs $1 more per gallon than regular, and we'd save quite a bit of money by using the Kroger, but it's hard to use the same pump over and over again for both fills when they're constantly filled up. So it looks like we're going to be shoveling out money to the Shell station again. Alright, let's hop out and fill it up. We don't often ask for likes and subscribes at Daily Motor, but when we're paying well over $4 per gallon for fuel, it always helps if you get a chance to hit that like and subscribe, and maybe even consider signing up to become a Daily Motor member. There you'll get access to behind-the-scenes videos, custom sound tests with real music, and you'll help support the channel. So if you're interested, check the link in the description or hit that join button. Before we start the engine, we've got our GPS reset. We're going to reset our trip computer as well, and we're ready to begin. Nice mild hybrid system powers up the engine so smoothly. Now, there are many different drive modes in the GLS, including individual, sport, comfort, Maybach, curve, and off-road. We'll be doing this test in comfort since there's no sort of eco mode. We're going to take it nice and easy over to the highway. It's about half a mile away, and pick up the test from there. Now, the point of this test isn't a hypermile. We're not trying to get the best possible fuel economy number, but rather a realistic number for this car. In order to do that, we're going to get up to highway speed here and set our cruise control at a GPS indicated 72 miles per hour. That should get us right below a 70 mile per hour average for the whole test. It should also be noted we are running on winter tires. I think they're Pirelli Soto Zeros on here, so that will have a negative effect on fuel economy. Other than that, we have our heated seats off, heated steering wheel off, and as I said, climate control at 72.3. Sorry. My speed and my climate control confused. Interestingly, it looks like our speedometer is reading a bit low compared to our GPS, so we're going to have to slow it down to get down to 72 on the GPS. That could be because of these winter tires that are on here. They might be a little bit thicker than the standard tires. But initial highway observations, obviously this thing is quite comfortable. Very nice to be inside. We've got Mercedes' good active lane keeping system.
How can I help?
Oh my gosh, you can never say Mercedes. Cancel. You can never say that word without her freaking out. We're going to continue on with the rest of the test out this Burmester sound system, and catch up with you at the end. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. Into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the GLS600. Had to finish it up a bit late here because I was finishing up the sound system test, which I also finished up a bit late, which means I started it a bit late. So a little bit of poor management on my part there. These short fuel economy tests sometimes get away from me. But all of that is to say we are averaging 22 miles per gallon. Really not too bad. A few caveats with this test. On one hand, we are running the winter tires, so that it's not going to be helping our fuel economy, but on the other hand, we did not quite manage 70 miles per hour. We got stuck behind a semi for about a mile or so doing like 50, 55 miles per hour. I don't know why he was going so slow, but we had to follow him to get off the highway. So this should be a fairly accurate test, I think. I think it should average out pretty well even with the winter tires. So we're going to get back to that Shell gas station pump, fill up, and see what we get. 2.671 gallons going in for our final fill. 53.1 divided by 2.671 is giving us 19.8 miles per gallon. So not quite as optimistic as the car's readout of 21.8, but still 1 mile per gallon better than the EPA, even on these winter tires and in this colder weather. We do have a 23.8 gallon fuel tank in here, so 23.8 times 20 miles per gallon is getting you an effective highway cruising range of 470 miles here in the Mercedes-Maybach GLS600. This is a great highway cruiser, even if it's going to be a little pricey for you. If you can afford it, I highly recommend, because you can take you and 3 other people in extreme luxury. And if you can't quite swing the GLS Maybach, there's always the GLS 580 and or the GLS 63 for different needs, if you will. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the car, check the links in the description for our DM test drive and our multiple sound system tests. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.